Come here. Hi, I'm Sarah. Thank you for joining me. And this is Barry. This is Mission Propagation. So I am piggybacking on Wild Fern's idea about answering some questions about 2025. Thought that was a good concept. So the first question is, what is the plant that you crossed off your wish list this year? I'm going to stick with my Vitarifolium, and I do have a newer anthurium that I purchased last month, and it's already given me a new leaf. It is really big, and I need to find a planter for it. I had it quarantined, but it's doing good, so it's really, really big. This thing is probably going to get massive. It is pretty, and I do love anthuriums, but maybe the anthuriums that I have chosen to purchase, maybe that's why I hadn't been successful. And so I'm going to try to keep the ones that I do have alive and thriving this year. And if I'm able to do that, then next year I would be open to buying another anthurium. What is a genus that you want to get more into this year? I think that would be Alocasia. I had purchased a variegated Alocasia Fryedeck earlier this year, and I realized how much fun it is to go digging for corms. I have so many baby Alocasia Fryedecks right now, and I really enjoy seeing like the new leaves and the new variegation and how the genetics are passed on. I actually have had a variety of Alocasias. I have a tiny dancer, which is still pretty tiny. I've had a Polly. I have a Bambino, but a lot of my Alocasia, they just seem kind of sad, so I left them out on my back patio to fend for themselves. And my Alocasia Polly and Bambino really liked being outside. My tiny dancer did not, so I brought it back inside. I changed the substrate. It's in pond right now, and it seems like it's bouncing back, but I do think that I would really like to get my hands on a pink black velvet one of these days, and they are really expensive, so I would definitely wait till the prices go down. And I would be willing to start with a corm, but I'm not paying the prices that corms are going for right now, so that might not be something that I would even be able to consciously like purchase until the prices go down. And that might not be in next year, hopefully, but if it's not, that's okay. What is your plant care routine? That's another good question. So I check all of my plants off and on Mondays. I work from home, so I'm able to just check on them. So Mondays is usually my plant care day, my cleaning day. It keeps my home office looking like a jungle, and I love it. What is a plant success story from 2025? I have a really good one. I currently have 2 seed pods on one of my Hoyas, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I'm like over the moon excited about it. It's like I'm about to have plant grandchildren. I'm so excited. I had my Hoya nummuloroides, which if you've been watching my channel, you've heard me talk about that Hoya. It's basically my favorite Hoya right now. And my Hoya papashonii. I had them blooming at the same time in my Acrobar greenhouse cabinet, and lo and behold, I ended up getting 2 seed pods on my papashonii. I'm just so excited. I feel like I'm nerding out about it. I hope that they cross-pollinated, but from the research that I have done, papashonii, I'm not sure how you say it because it has 2 eyes. I don't know, but my Hoya papa, there you go, has the tendency to self-pollinate itself. So I think that a fungus gnat did it, and that's fine. But regardless of the outcome, having seed pods, period, is pretty amazing. And I feel like a mad scientist. I'm so excited to continue to watch them and watch them mature and sprout Hoya seeds. I hope that that's what happens. What is a plant failure from 2025? So I didn't do well with philodendrons this year. I have had a reverted Jose Buono that was about 3 feet tall. It was solid green. It was beautiful, and thrips kept getting to it. And I kept treating it, and I propagated the larger leaves, and thrips got to those. So that was kind of sad because I've had that plant for probably 3 years, but I just haven't done well with philodendrons this year. I also had several other philodendrons that were just as beautiful, and I, again, put them out on my patio to fend for themselves. I took some cuttings, but thrips was a real problem for my philodendrons this year. What is a plant trend prediction for 2025? I honestly think that people are going to be more drawn to common plants. You know, the economy is kind of crazy. Like, it's okay to buy regular common plants. There's nothing wrong with that. And I love, like, pothos, golden pothos. I love all the basic common plants. I think they're beautiful. And I think that is something that people are going to get into. And if you lose one of your common plants to pest, you can just go out and get another one. You don't have to special order it on the internet. You can just go to Home Depot or Lowe's or your local grocery store or local garden center and just pick another one up. It's so easy. So I think that common plants are going to be the trend, because, to be honest, greenery is greenery, no matter how uncommon or rare they are. Yeah, the common plants are the bomb. I love them. What season do you find the most challenging regarding plant care? Honestly, the spring and summer was really difficult for me because we also have an outdoor garden, and I was introducing pests from outside inside because I would constantly be watering my garden and then coming inside. And most of my plants, well, like 75% of my plants are in my office. So my pest problem was really on me. And that's something that I just want to be prepared for next year, that is a full possibility. And that brings me to the next question. What plant pest do you struggle with the most or fear the most? Definitely thrips was a thing because it took out a lot of my philodendron. But root mealies is something that I actually noticed I had a few months ago. So I brought out the big guns, and I was able to purchase Pure Crop 1. I had watched some videos, and I just treated my plants like 2 weeks ago, and we'll see if continued treatment helps with the root mealy issue. I had seen a video from Doug Chamberlain. He talked about combating root mealies with Pure Crop 1, which he learned that from the Let's Talk Hoya podcast. I had also seen Michelle Herron talk about Pure Crop 1, so I just decided I should go ahead and get some. The only problem with Pure Crop 1 is obviously it works really good because it's always sold out in the smaller quantities. And every time that I would check the website, it would only have like the $300 bottle. And I'm like, that's too expensive. So I checked about a month ago, and I was able to procure it was like $130 bottle of Pure Crop 1. It should last me a really long time, and we'll see what happens. I hope that it works. I also bought a continuous sprayer, and I fill it with alcohol, and I've been spraying my plants at nighttime after the lights go out. I've been spraying my plants with alcohol for probably over a year, and I do feel like it helps with like the little tiny bugs that, suck the juice out of your new leaves. It really does help, but having this continuous sprayer is pretty cool because, then I'm just not having to spray constantly. I can use this thing. So I got this Black Friday on Amazon, and it's been awesome, and it's rechargeable. What is my top wish list plant for 2026? My top wish list for 2026 is going to be probably a Hoya discipulae. That's a Hoya that I've been wanting for maybe a year. Probably last year is when I decided I wanted one. And I would like to give Marantha and Calathea another try, and I actually purchased one for $6 yesterday, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. The body count on Calatheas at this point is pretty high, but I'm willing to give the genus one more try. What is your favorite plant of 2025? Ooh, that's definitely a tie. I purchased a Monstera albo cutting from Etsy in February, and it took quite a while to root, and it had root rot a couple of times. It was a 2-node, 2-leaf cutting. I ended up cutting it in half and giving half of it to my sister, which hers is doing awesome too. But it looks really good. This is it. This is my Monstera albo. It took a while, and it just gave me a new emerging leaf. This is the newest leaf right here. And so I know Jacqueline from Jacqueline's Jungle said that a lot of the Monstera albos are actually Borsigiana, which is okay. I don't mind having that, but it is really pretty, and I do find that pests don't like this Monstera as much as like my green Monsteras. I had several large green Monsteras, and thrips took them out about like 5 years ago. So at that point, I just swore off all Monsteras. I didn't want any of them. And so this is the first time I've bought a Monstera in probably about 5 years, because I was just like done with them. Isn't it pretty? Okay, and so the second favorite plant of 2025 is actually my Marble Queen pothos that I put on a moss pole. I got it as like a 3-leaf cutting. I actually snagged it from a public place, and so it is also a sentimental plant because I got it while I was on vacation in Florida. And I put it on a moss pole, and the leaves are huge, and I'll add like a picture here so you can see, like, check out those leaves. I think that it's more of a snow queen and not a marble pothos because the variegation is just so highly variegated. It's become such a statement plant, and it's like this like beautiful souvenir that I had from a family trip that we took back in early 2024. So those are my favorite plants. So those are the questions that I piggybacked off of Wild Fern for 2025. That's my 2025 year wrap up. I'd like to add one question to her list of questions, and that is my favorite planter that I purchased in 2025. Let me get it. So this is my favorite planter that I got in 2025. Isn't it so cute? Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I love to just look at this little guy. He's so cute. I found this at a Goodwill. It was like $4. It says it's a Teleflora gift. It doesn't have the date, but it is just so cute. Little Peter Rabbit. I got 2 Peter Rabbit planters on that Goodwill trip, and this one is by far my favorite because he's just so adorable. And I think this is a Royal Hawaiian pubic calyx that looks a little dry, needs to be watered. That's my 2025 year wrap up, and enjoy all the plants. Bye. Thank you for joining us.